Welcome to the School of Wordcraft and Worldmancy. This is Feedback Frenzy.
Hello, welcome to WriterGreg's School of Worldcraft and Worldmancy. It's tied for another Feedback Frenzy. If you'd like to have your content reviewed, please go ahead and visit wgc.bz/submit to share with us a world-building article or 1,500 words of fiction, and your content too can be featured in a future episode of the Frenzy. All right, as we have a new article here from James Woodwright from the Blood Panther homepage. All right, so let's take a zoom out. Oh, okay, pretty short here. Yeah. Yes, James has posted a link in the chat. Violently orange. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the content. I'm going to zoom in. All right. A tiger basket is a sleeping vessel for a were-tiger, such as James, the teleporting tiger. Okay, excellent first sentence. It's a great definition. Very clear. It's a vessel for a were-tiger, such as, and then your name. If you have an article for James the Teleporting Tiger, this is an opportunity for you to underline it and link it to another article and encourage people to continue reading in your world if you so wish. The basket itself is wicker and has several layers to be able to be strong enough to be able to have a were-tiger of up to 310 kilograms, 683.443 pounds, to sleep on it. Okay. Okay, so let's, again, one idea per sentence, one topic per paragraph. Let's look at the contents of this sentence to see what ideas are being discussed. First, the basket is constructed of wicker, and it has several layers, and it needs to be able to hold a 310 kilogram tiger to sleep in it. All right, so I would take those two ideas, put them in separate sentences, and then move forward with that. So the basket itself is made of several layers of strong wicker. Period. This construction allows it to hold a were-tiger of up to 310 kilograms. Okay. The fact that it sleeps in it is kind of irrelevant. It just needs to be able to hold it. You've already mentioned that it's a sleeping vessel. Okay. Significant figures. Yes. Here you just said 310 kilograms, and here you went 683.443 pounds. I don't think you need to worry about the 0.443 pounds. Just you could say, 683 pounds. You could put that in a tooltip, or you can leave it here in the parentheses. Whatever you may do, I would recommend that you do it consistently. So if you're always going to list both, always list both. If you're going to have one in a tooltip, make sure the kilograms are always on the page and the pounds are in the tooltip. Your choice. But yeah, you don't need to, because if it was 684 pounds, I think the basket would be fine. All right. Often, these baskets contain blankets for the were-tiger to sleep on or under, but this is the preference of the were-tiger themselves. Okay. The basket acts as a nodal point for a were-tiger's teleportation abilities, as well as the ability to grow with the occupant. A were-tiger must sleep in the basket for at least one night to have it keyed to them so they can teleport to it in the future. Okay. All right, so I think we need to start looking at how to break up this paragraph. We have the size and construction of it. We have its content and decoration and the blankets that are in it. And then we have how it functions as a teleportation node. Okay, and here you have manufacturing process significance. I don't know if you're using the standard template or if you're able to create your own custom headers in the vignettes for World Anvil, but I think the teleportation that's really important. I think that deserves its own header, at least as equal to the level as the manufacturing process. So, yeah. Okay, often these baskets contain blankets for the were-tigers. Okay, to sleep on or under. I don't know if that's maybe too. You've talked how you've mentioned sleep here to sleep here. You could just say for the were-tigers' comfort. And then, but this is the preference of the were-tiger themselves. Yeah. You did say often, but this is the preference of the were-tiger themselves. So what's the preference? The presence or absence of a blanket, or to sleep on it or sleep under it? Again, for brevity, I'm not sure that we would need to have this information, because you do say often, or you could frequently, or if desired by the were-tiger, these baskets contain blankets for their comfort. Yeah, you could take that, rearrange the information a bit, make it a lot shorter, tighter. It'd work really well for that. So this section definitely, I think, needs to have its own section. Okay, the basket acts as a nodal point for a were-tiger's teleportation abilities, period, as well as the ability to grow with the occupant. Okay, this clause here is not consistent with the first half of it, or it's a new idea within the same sentence. And because it is not tied to teleportation, I would move it up here to the description of its construction. And you say the baskets need to be strong enough to hold the were-tiger, and they grow with the occupant. Okay, so you could move that to the ups to keep the information, instead of bouncing back and forth between topics. You can make sure that you're just focusing on the one thing. A were-tiger must sleep in the basket for at least one night to have it keyed to them so they can teleport to it in the future. Okay. A were-tiger must sleep in the basket for one night. I don't think you need this comma here. To have it keyed to them. Okay. Then this last clause, I would break off into another sentence and say, this will allow them to teleport to it in the future. Again, kind of a long sentence. This is what they have to do, and this is why it's there. Okay, why they do that. So what it does, why they do it, those are two different things that you have there. Two different ideas. Manufacturing fee. The tiger basket is manufactured by a basket weaver and has a tiger head emblem on one end. Okay. So the tiger basket itself is non-magical until it is given magic by the tiger after it has slept in it, is my presumption. If that's the case, you could add another sentence to this saying, in and of itself, by itself, the basket is not magical. But it's the tiger that gives the magic, not the basket weaver, not the construction, not the special weave, not the tiger head emblem, but it's the tiger that gives it its magic. Highly important to keep a were-tiger around. Okay. Then, all right. Survival common around were-tiger. It's a wicker basket. Oops. Okay. All right. So let's get into the review of the article. Where's my pen? There we go. All right. So let's talk about what was awesome with the article. The idea of the were-tiger basket. It's a teleportation node. I really like the idea of this. It builds upon the world that you've developed here in the GOT Game of Tomes community about you being able to visit all of the different streamers. I really like the idea and how you've been able to incorporate that within the mythology.
Springs and Marches.
Sorry, not sure what I heard. That allows you to build it. So I think this is it. Was it boring? It was not boring because of the content, but there was a little bit some of the grammar made it difficult to read, and the idea, we've talked about the idea of being kicked out of the flow, and your grammar, the flow of the sentences, of course the commas and other things like that, you have to have excellent, exciting content to prevent a person from leaving your story or being kicked out of your story. Okay, so the issues that we discussed in the article did kick me out of the flow, but I was able to come back in because it was interesting. The more interesting your story is, the more interesting your content is, the more easily people would come back. So was it boring? I would say no. However, there is a danger of people getting kicked out of the story, and if this is not of their personal desire, they're going to leave, and they're not going to be willing to spend the energy to bring themselves back into the world. That's the danger of having a person being kicked out of your story, out of your narrative, because they are then going to make the choice, or the decision is this exciting enough to get back into the story, or is this boring? And I should just leave, and it's not worth the energy to finish this article. So that's the major concern. Okay, confused again. The grammar and the one idea per sentence, the one concept per paragraph. Again, that is really important to do, because you had the ideas spread around, the concepts spread around. That made it difficult to follow the content, but reorganizing the stuff and then polishing it with some words will do well. There's nothing I would delete. The expansion, I'd talk about the manufacturing and the magic. The concept that it's the tiger that gives the magic, not the basket weaver. I like that idea. Also, what happens if it's destroyed? What happens if a basket gets destroyed? What if it gets moved? Are baskets tied to a specific GPS location? Or if I moved the basket from my office to the living room, would it still work? If I took the basket from my house to my parents' house, I was leaving for the day, or I was going on a camping trip. Okay, I'm going on a camping trip, and I take the wear basket, throw it in the tent. Would it still work? So that you could then, the teleporting tiger, could join me in the mountains camping instead of just being curled up here in my office. That'd be interesting to know if you could expand that. All right. So yeah, cool stuff, James. So thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it. I look forward to reading more of the Blood Panther world. All right, for those of you who are here, thank you so much for watching. And if you would like to have your content critiqued, either a world-building article or 1,500 words of fiction, please visit wgc.bz/submit, and you can share your content with me, and you can be on a future Feedback Frenzy. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching this Feedback Frenzy. Be sure to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell. WriterGreg offers coaching sessions to help bring your world to life, create compelling stories, and accomplish your creative goals. Please visit wgc.bz/coaching for more details.